Florida Civic Literacy Exam Answers. Welcome to the quiz. A guide will tell you that to understand the structure of Congress, you must know the number of members in the House of Representatives. What is it? Is it A, 100? Or B, 435? C, 538? Or D, 50? The answer is B. The House of Representatives consists of 435 voting members, a number fixed by the Reapportionment Act of 1929 after the 1920 census, with seats apportioned among states based on population from each decennial census, while guaranteeing each state at least one representative. This cap balances representation with chamber manageability as population grew dramatically, preventing an unwieldy body exceeding thousands if purely proportional without limit. Reapportionment occurs automatically post-census via the Huntington Hill method. Option A, 100 refers to the total number of senators, 2 per state for equal representation regardless of population size, reflecting the Senate's federal character. Option C, 538 is the total number of electors in the Electoral College, 435 House seats plus 100 senators plus 3 for D.C., used for presidential elections, not House membership. Option D, 50 equals the number of states, but has no relation to House composition, which is population-driven rather than equal per state. Next question. The guide stresses that one of the most tested amendments is the 14th. Which clause addresses citizenship? Is it A, the Due Process Clause? Or B, the Equal Protection Clause? C, the Citizenship Clause? Or D, the Privileges or Immunities Clause? The answer is C. The 14th Amendment opens with the Citizenship Clause in Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. Overturning Dred Scott v. Sanford, 1857, by granting birthright citizenship, jus soli, to former slaves and their descendants, establishing national citizenship primacy over state definitions, and forming the basis for modern immigration and naturalization. Disputes. This clause has been pivotal in cases like United States v. Wong Kim Ark, 1898, affirming birthright for children of non-citizen parents. Option A, the Due Process Clause prohibits states from depriving life, liberty, or property without due process, incorporating most Bill of Rights protections to states. Option B, the Equal Protection Clause requires states to provide equal protection under the law, central to desegregation, affirmative action, and marriage equality cases. Option D, the Privileges or Immunities Clause protects fundamental rights of national citizenship from state infringement but was gutted in the Slaughterhouse Cases, 1873, rarely used since. Next question. A key section of the guide explains stare decisis. What does this legal principle mean? Is it A, let the decision stand? Or B, to be fully informed? C, clear and present danger? Or D, after the fact? The answer is A. Stare decisis, Latin for let the decision stand, is the doctrine requiring courts to follow precedents established in prior rulings when deciding similar cases, promoting consistency, predictability, stability in law, and public reliance on judicial interpretations. It is not absolute. Overturning occurs when precedents prove unworkable or society evolves, e.g., Brown overturning Plessy, but carries strong presumptive force as articulated in Planned Parenthood v. Casey, 1992. This principle underpins common law tradition inherited from England. Option B, to be fully informed, resembles habeas corpus or disclosure concepts, unrelated. Option C, clear and present danger, was Schenck v. United States, 1919, speech restriction test, later refined. Option D, after the fact, refers to ex post facto laws prohibited by Article 1. Next question. The guide section on required court cases will certainly include which case about symbolic speech in schools? Is it A, Hazelwood v. Coulmier? Or B, Tinker v. Des Moines? C. Morse versus Frederick? Or D. Bethel versus Fraser? The answer is B. Tinker versus Des Moines Independent Community School District, 1969, ruled that students wearing black armbands to protest Vietnam War constituted protected symbolic speech under the First Amendment, absent evidence of substantial disruption or interference with school operations. Justice Fortas wrote students do not shed their constitutional rights to freedom of speech or expression at the schoolhouse gate, establishing the Tinker substantial disruption test, still used for non-school-sponsored student expression. Option A, Hazelwood versus Coolmere, 1988, allowed school censorship of school-sponsored student publications if reasonably pedagogical. Option C, Morse versus Frederick, 2007, permitted restriction of speech promoting illegal drug use. Bong hits For Jesus banner. Option D, Bethel School District versus Fraser, 1986, upheld punishment for lewd or vulgar speech at school assembly. Next question. The guide advises knowing the main author of the Declaration of Independence. Who was it? Is it A. James Madison? Or B. Thomas Jefferson? C. George Washington? Or D. Alexander Hamilton? The answer is B. Thomas Jefferson, as principal draftsman on the Committee of Five, including Adams, Franklin, Sherman, Livingston, wrote the Declaration of Independence adopted July 4, 1776, articulating Enlightenment ideals of unalienable rights, consent of governed, and justification for dissolving political bans when government becomes destructive. Congress edited Jefferson's draft modestly, removing anti-slavery passage. Jefferson's eloquent prose endures as foundational American philosophy. Option A, James Madison authored much of the Constitution and Bill of Rights, known as Father of the Constitution. Option C, George Washington commanded Continental Army and presided over Constitutional Convention, but did not draft Declaration. Option D, Alexander Hamilton co-authored Federalist Papers and influenced Treasury, but not Declaration. Next question. Finally, the guide reminds you of the amendment that provides for the direct election of U.S. Senators. Is it A, 15th Amendment? Or B, 17th Amendment? C, 19th Amendment? Or D, 22nd Amendment? The answer is B. The 17th Amendment, ratified 1913 during Progressive Era, mandated direct popular election of U.S. Senators by voters in each state, replacing original Article 1 Section 3 appointment by state legislatures. Responding to corruption, deadlocks, and democratic demands for accountability, it democratized the upper chamber intended as states' protector. Option A, 15th prohibited race-based voting denial, 1870. Option C, 19th granted women's suffrage, 1920. Option D, 22nd limited presidents to 2 terms, 1951. That's it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell us how many you scored out of 6 in the comments, and let me know what topic I should post next. Bye.